The State of Israel marked Holocaust Remembrance Day this week, and the Jerusalem Post, one of Jewish world's oldest, most influential newspapers, published the statistics that it had obtained from the Aliyah and Integration Ministry, showing that 551 Holocaust survivors made Aliyah in 2021. Most of these survivors were fleeing the war in Ukraine, but more than half of the survivors who made Aliyah since the founding of the modern Jewish state had come from the former Soviet Union. France has also been a source of many numbers of Aliyah coming in the past 20 years. Altogether, nearly 150,000 Holocaust survivors were living in Israel as of April 2023, right? But the numbers are dwindling. According to the Bureau of Statistics here in Israel, the Holocaust survivors who immigrated to the State of Israel were a significant part of the uprising of the Jewish people in their country. Aliyah and Integration Ministry Director Avichai Kahana, he says that the Aliyah and Integration Ministry considers it important to allow Holocaust survivors to have a dignified, good life every day, not only on Holocaust Remembrance Day. A lot of them live under the poverty line. This week, Jerusalem Post published an editorial in which it declares that the recent uptick in terrorism, rocket attacks, social unrest in Israel is unlikely to significantly impact the Aliyah numbers. That's good. They're still going to make Aliyah. While waves of terror may have deterred individual immigrants at times, communities still grow here. The editorial says that terrorist attacks are deeply felt, but the immigration still continues. The immigrant communities in which the victims lived, which are often tight-knit and almost familial, however, that has not prevented thousands of Jewish people from joining these communities every year, driven by the strength of their conviction and their belief that this is a country worth fighting for. Finally, to conclude this week's news report, we have something special going on right here in the Galilee region. The Union of Cities of the Kinneret, Sea of Galilee, has announced a 2 million shekel fund to restore recreational areas on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee, which were damaged during the last winter's sometimes violent and heavy rains. Okay, so what does all this mean? Modern State of Israel was founded on the principles that include providing a haven, a refuge for Jewish people fleeing violence, fleeing persecution in other countries. And the continued arrival of Holocaust survivors on these shores is a testament to the fact that this principle is still in effect. Jerusalem Post's editorial declaring that terrorist attacks and other disruptions won't deter people from making Aliyah, even to communities where terror was committed. But a common theme which runs through a common vein is that they have optimism for the future of Israel. In fact, this feeling of optimism has also been cited as a reason for Israel's relatively high birth rates. Even as birth rates in other developed countries plummet to dangerously low levels, Israeli women continue to have an average of 3 or more children. The people of Israel believe that what God says in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you." This is an Aliyah verse, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a hope and a future. This verse explains why Israel keeps on building here on our land, rebuilding after the storms. The shores of the beautiful Sea of Galilee once again become a place where families will enjoy the water, enjoy the nature that the Lord has provided for us. The work is just going to continue to increase to help them get established and absorbed. And that's why the Aliyah Return Center was established, to give the new Jewish immigrants the tools they need to keep moving forward. Some come from war-torn countries, some come elderly. Our goal is that every new immigrant who passes through the Galilee will be able to have the free stay, clothing, shelter, come to our events, job training. We want to give them an ability to succeed long-term. That's why we exist, and for that we need your help. Keep praying for us. Thank you for your support. God bless you from the Galilee. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to keeping you posted as to the latest developments that relate to Aliyah and return and restoration. God bless you from the land of Israel.